Hi.
Gruyere. I think it was Gruyere.
I don't know. It was delicious.
Gruyere, egg, and spam.
Yeah.
Jason's making me hungry.
What? Jason's here. He just left.
Yeah. What's with that?
The band's back together, but one just went solo, I think. So I don't know.
He's working on his solo album.
Hello, everyone. Big Bob, Papa Chicken.
Hi, folks.
Houdini 7.
I hope you're all having a wonderful day.
Sour, please. Is that what that says?
Sour Patch Kids? What?
Sour PIs. Flapjack.
Nickel sack?
Who's behind the stream curtain today? The whole gang. There he is.
The band's back together.
Jade Hoosiers. T. Schmidt, thank you for the sub for 65 months.
I had to go get my eyes.
That's your eyeballs.
They were in my bag. Woohoo!
That sounds uncomfortable, Jason.
The stream never fails to make you hungry. Well, let me just tell you, Papa Chicken, about this
Holy
All right,
mackerel!
Let it fly. Let it fly. Let's go. Talk about it.
I'll let her talk. I gave it to her second hand.
So the other like we were just talking about that place. You're like, what is Brunch Snob? And I'm like, well, it sounds like a brunch place. And then today he went there with Gabe, and he said, let me know if you want anything. And I said, well, by the time you get back, it's gonna be stream time. I won't have time to eat. And then he said, well, I will bring you one of my spam sliders. And I'm like,
Let me say that slowly for those of you in the back.
yeah.
Smoked spam breakfast slider.
Yeah.
Okay, we all clear?
I'm
Okay.
clear.
It was the best
Two
thing
kinds.
I have eaten in a long time.
Real brush guy, what's going on? Spam slider was really good.
Brush Guy and Raiders, welcome.
Whoa. Hello.
I have to say, T. Schmidt, we may have just found my favorite restaurant in Phoenix.
Wait, what?
It may. I don't know. It's going to be right there with Los
Did
Dos.
you like it?
It's going to be right there with Los Dos. What's that?
It's totally different, though. They're not even the same category.
No, but if you have to pick a best restaurant.
Oh. What did Gabe have?
So Gabe had the other thing I wanted,
Uh-huh.
and he had already picked something else until I said, but what about this? And he's like, oh, damn it. And so, because it was one of those menus where if you read another inch
Just
down
Google
the menu.
Brunch Snob and look at the menu, you guys.
Yeah. Just Google
you
Brush
might be jealous,
Snob,
though.
look at the menu. Everything on there is like, okay, he had the smoke, you won't care about his, but he had the smoked salmon quesadilla. So it's like bagels and lox.
Sounds awesome.
It was smoked salmon, cream cheese, scrambled eggs on a spinach quesadilla, or spinach tortilla quesadilla, and it looked phenomenal. You haven't ever had spam?
I'm seeing a few people saying they've never had spam.
What in the world is wrong with you?
That seems like a mistake.
Go to the grocery store, grab a can, slice it, put it in a little frying pan, get it a little crispy, put it on a bed of rice, wrap it in seaweed.
Yeah, spam
Yeah, that works
masubi.
too.
Get masubi sauce.
Yeah, get masubi sauce.
You got to get masubi sauce because spam masubi is literally like
It's
one
so
of the best
good.
things
It's
you'll
so
ever
good.
have.
You know,
Spam
I've never
is
had
like
it.
really salty. It's really salty.
You eat spam, but tell us not to eat the paints? Yes. One is still
One
a
is food,
food.
the other not food.
The other's not food.
Food?
Spam always
Not food.
ends up in the waste bin, Real Brush Guy.
Because what? You forget that you have it? Like it's 8 years later? It's still good. Cook it.
It's got like an internal shelf life, I think.
Spam stands for salted pork and
Salted
meat.
pork and meat.
I actually never realized that.
Vector says you'll never get me to try spam. Dude, have you ever had a hot
That's
dog?
more for us.
Have you ever had a hot dog? Because spam is 100% better than any hot dog meat you've ever had.
If you'd like to learn about spam, refer to
Spam,
Monty
spam,
Python.
spam, 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 spam,
Your spam excitement
spam,
is
spam.
hilarious.
I really love spam, but spam is a food that I can forget about easily because I grew up with spam and eggs. You had
Yeah.
spam and eggs. It was the camping food, right? Because you could just throw it in your
Also
backpack
the-
and you could take it out on the road. So
also
I
the
would take
cheap
spam
food.
in my backpack when I would go motorcycling. And
makes
you'd
sense.
take it out and you'd fry it up with some eggs real quick, and you had spam and eggs, and it was great.
Yeah, and it was on a shelf. Meat on a shelf.
Huh?
Meat
on
that
a
comes
shelf.
on a shelf.
Yep. Yep. Meat on a shelf.
Yeah, spam sandwiches on a boat.
You got it.
It seems like a summertime boat camping thing. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, if you've had Vienna sausages,
Yeah.
along the same lines.
Yeah.
I used to, when I would go on the motorcycle, I would get a couple of things. I would get a can of Spam in my backpack, and I would get some of the Gerber baby food jars of Vienna sausages.
Really?
Yeah, and throw them in my backpack. Because if you're on a long ride and you get off and you got water in your pack, and then you pop open the Gerber baby Vienna sausage things, and pop those in, and boop, good for another hour.
Doubt it's better than chorizo. It's totally different.
Papa chicken. 7 minutes in, and I'm already hungry.
You're telling me, guys.
Tishmed, yes, masubi. Masubi is, yes, what Spam is also delicious with. Which is just a bed of rice with a piece of Spam on top, maybe an egg wrapped in musubi sauce and then wrapped in seaweed. So good.
You think you get post-stream hunger now? Thanks, guys.
I've got beginning stream hunger right now.
Spam fried rice.
Spam fried rice is literally the best fried rice you'll ever have.
You get that at the Thai place once in a while, right?
100% spam fried rice when they have it, but they do it as a special thing.
Yeah.
It's like the easiest meat on the planet to find, but it's only a rarity at the Thai place.
Which Thai place? The place?
Thai recipe
down on 7th.
Oh, you guys going to a new place now?
No, that's an old place for us.
Oh, I thought
we choose between Isan and that place.
Yeah, they're different.
Isan's a little spicy for me. They run a little hot. I know.
You can ask them for less. It depends on the day.
It does. It depends.
Well, it depends on who's cooking.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean.
It's like I wish I knew their names, because when they say "how hot," I'd be like, "Who's cooking?"
Yeah.
You know.
You should just ask them that next time you go.
Digitizing VHS tapes takes forever. I mean, it's real time. You can't do it any quicker than the length of the movie, I don't think. Can you?
Is it at like home movies that you're doing, or are you taking
these old porn tapes,
vintage?
That's
like
hilarious.
Disney VHS tapes and putting.
It's old vintage Jenna Jameson tapes. It's all the Wicked Pictures tapes from back in the day.
Pam and Tommy video.
Oh my goodness.
The Pam and Tommy. That just is hitting me. I'm like, what the? Oh. I'm on a boat.
From the newspaper ad, he sent a check for $59.95 and got the Pam and Tommy video.
Big Bob says next year he'll bring Spam pie with some Pro-Acryl dipping sauce. No. So you're a horrible human.
Ugh.
That sounds terrible.
I have to admit that apple pie was really good.
It was really good.
Super tart, really good. That was good homemade apple pie. So Big Bob brought homemade apple pie. He said he was going to pick up a pie on the way, but his wife said no and made a pie.
True. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So we got an apple pie. And then, of course, he brought 2 half gallons for a total of 1 whole gallon of chocolate milk.
That chocolate milk is really good.
And because I was catching so much grief for not sharing with Jordan last year, let Jordan have all of it. So I had 2 glasses of chocolate milk. I had 1 at the booth and 1 with my piece of pie that I had, and I had 1 piece of pie. So Chris and Jordan got all the rest. So you can never speak poorly of me again, Bob.
You redeemed yourself.
I just noticed that you used a brown wash instead of transparent brown. What's the difference?
Or what?
Well, I mean, a brown wash, it's a different color of brown in our brown wash. It's more of an earthy brown in the brown wash. So depending on what you're going for, the brown wash is already mixed and ready to go. Transparent brown is a different thing. The transparents are not washes by nature. You have to turn them into that. Yep. And transparent brown is more of an orangish brown.
Yep.
Has a lot more yellowish to it. So, Source does what's going on.
Would have been the wrong color.
And I hope everybody's doing well. I am glad to be back. I took a day off.
You did.
I took a freaking day off, chat.
I am so happy.
Who in chat remembers me ever taking a day off?
Nobody.
Anybody? When I wasn't like sick. I've had days off when I've been sick.
Well, that doesn't count. It's not a day off. It's a sick day. Different thing.
Jason took I'm too old for this boot day. No, you know what? I don't know what it was. A few weeks ago, I was looking at my calendar. I was like, I was trying to find a spot to have a meeting with somebody, and the Tuesday after Novo had nothing on it. It was blank. I never have a day that is blank. So my brain just immediately, it was like a knee-jerk reaction. My fingers I was like, what is happening? And the fingers just started hitting the keyboard, and it said, Jason's off. I literally never have done that. And I did it. And I don't even feel bad about it.
Papa Chicken said, how much of your day off did you spend in your space rig doing work?
So a lot more than I thought I was going to, because my plan Monday night. I've been wrestling with the whole Diablo 4 problem, and that Diablo 4 is way too easy. And we talked about it on chat before I left on Wednesday last week, and everybody said just get through the campaign and get to nightmare mode and do that, and it starts finally being playable. And so I dove in yesterday, or on Monday when I got back. I took a nap with the dog, hung out with the fam, and then started playing Diablo at night. And I finished the campaign, which I'm still butthurt that I had to do the whole campaign where you didn't even get to experience any real gameplay because everything just melted. And like all the big bad bosses just melted before you even got to see their character design. But I got to the end. I went and unlocked Nightmare dungeons. Did that. You have to do some dungeon and unlock. And it actually had some pushback to it. So I was like, okay, I'm ready for this. And was actually enjoying it by the time I went to bed on Monday night, which I went to bed at like 12:30 or 1 in the morning. With the idea that I was going to wake up on Tuesday, my day off, and I was going to play me some Diablo 4 in Nightmare mode. And I was going to level Nightmare mode and have some fun. Because I started getting sacred gear. It made it fun again. There was new stuff to get that had better stats. And I was having fun. And just pushing back a little bit. It felt a little tougher. I was like, this is okay. Now I can feel what people were saying. Guess what happened yesterday? Anybody know?
I do.
Anybody else try to play Diablo 4 yesterday? Anyone? Anybody else on Jason's day off try to play Diablo 4? And what happened on patch day, Source? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me what the multi-billion-dollar company that makes AAA games and should know better did yesterday? They patched the game, tiny patch, and broke the whole game for everyone who bought that game worldwide on Steam couldn't play yesterday because it reverted to trial mode and told everybody above level 20 that they had played beyond their trial term and needed to buy the game. Yeah. So back to the original question. Yes, I flew my spaceship a lot yesterday.
That's such a bummer.
Source, I know, you got to give Blizzard some slack. It's not easy being a small indie studio.
Right?
Yeah, everybody on Steam couldn't play the game because it reverted to trial mode and said that all of us had to pay them for it again.
Ugh.
Unbelievable.
That's just like...
Get good, scrubs.
Ugh.
Freaking Blizzard. Die in a fire.
It makes me so mad. Just so mad.
Yeah, same thing they do every patch. Broke the game. Yeah, turns out. I mean, how could you... I mean, you know, who has time to go through and make sure that their patch actually works?
Well, the people who they paid to do that.
I mean, we don't test our paint before we sell it, so why would we expect that they test their game before they sell it, right?
Well, Jason, I hate to admit this, but we do actually do that.
It's like, just fire them all. Nobody needs Blizzard anymore.
They're not doing so hot on making games these days.
Yeah, Papa Chicken, same thing, right? It's like, why do they just die off or get huge and terrible? Yeah, exactly. Nice, Source.
In other news, I've started working out. In other news, I have no energy to paint because I've started working out.
Summerlin, what's going on?
It'll level out. You'll get into a routine,
yeah,
into a groove, and it'll help your energy.
I hadn't worked out for a couple of weeks, and I worked out yesterday after I found out Diablo wasn't working, and went and busted my butt while the dog jumped on me. And then after that, I just wanted to take a nap.
Yeah.
Your friend works there? Tell him to get another job, Wad. Tell him to do his job better, even if he doesn't work on the Diablo team. Tell him he's the problem. Tell him, hey, a guy on the internet that paints little men says you're the problem. I don't know what that means, but...
Yeah, it's
A guy on the internet who paints little men and is BFFs with Kevin Bacon.
Oh, yeah. Kevin Bacon's BFF on the internet says that you're the problem. Just go tell him. Make it so.
Vector worked really hard today and also has no energy for painting or building models. In fact, I might go to bed soon. Well, it's late where you are.
I was going to say.
But worked out really hard.
Yeah, it turns out, oh my gosh, I can't see the time on either of my clocks. Only 2 o'clock in the afternoon here.
Exactly, Wad. Don't let him get out of his responsibility just because he's an art guy. How many times have we heard that story?
I'm just an art guy.
I just draw the stuff, man. I don't know why the
not
patch
my
broke.
fault.
I don't know why the patch broke. Yeah, likely story art guy.
Silly art guys.
Silly art guy.
Can't trust those art guys.
Yeah, those darn art guys.
Hey, wait, whoa. Wait a minute.
Wait. We don't make video games. We're fine.
Wait a minute.
I think.
I don't know that we're fine. That's a stretch.
We're not. We're not
Dead
not
yet?
fine.
We're not dead yet.
That's true.
There's that.
Crasher247 said I went and got some of that white primer I asked about, and you guys did not disappoint.
Okay,
Went
going on smoother than newborn baby
smoother
poop.
than newborn baby poop.
That might be my new favorite thing,
That
by the way.
is.
That needs to be an ad. Monument Primer, smoother than newborn baby poop.
I don't think it does. I mean, I really like it, but I don't know that I don't think that would be received very well.
I mean, Don't Eat the Paint worked really well.
I mean, Awkwardish Panda said, Jordan, did you give Jason his share of the magic tack?
I have it right here for him.
So no.
Well, he wasn't here yesterday.
So that's a no.
And I didn't go out of my way to interrupt his day today.
That's
Oh,
very
here we go.
considerate, actually. He doesn't like it when people interrupt his
Right.
day.
Right. I'm a considerate friend.
It's not a good catchphrase.
Also, here's some awesome goop stuff for you. It is actually
the source,
very
I like
What is it?
where your mind is on that. And just like baby poop, you shouldn't eat the primer.
good. Oh God! Don't talk about eating baby
But I
poop,
love
please.
that Malev comes in and is like, it's not a good catchphrase.
Malev, you don't know.
Awkwardish makes custom blue tack by mixing. What is the mix again? Awkwardish. It's blue tack and it's modeling or museum putty or something like that. And it's super duper sticky, but it doesn't stick to things that you don't want it to stick to.
Well, that's neat.
Yeah. It
The
also
thing with
stays
the
tacky,
standard
which is
poster
good.
tack is that sometimes it locks in after time and you can't get the damn model off.
Yes.
Acorn newborn baby poop, not a great name for a color.
I mean,
Thank you. But
to be fair,
Not with that attitude.
Hoosier said, if one were going to paint a prisoner miniature, what would you use as the shadow color on the jumpsuit? Gonna use orange as the midtone.
Purple,
or brown.
dark blue.
There's lots of good options here.
Payne's gray is always the answer.
Payne's gray is always the answer. Payne's gray
Not
is
this
not a
time.
bad answer. here.
Payne's gray is a great answer.
Awkwardish said it's 50-50 blue tack and museum putty.
There we go.
Seal of approval stickers would be amazing, though.
There's a lot of stickers. that
There's
I
a
have
stamp.
ideas for.
So we get a stamp, but doesn't work on boxes.
You gotta stamp stuff more with that thing.
It's sitting
that
on
I
my
gave
desk.
it to
awesome.
them. They
Have it.
stamp everything with it.
Oh, do you? Jen's like,
It doesn't
no.
work on boxes because they're too they're not flat.
Oh, that's true. We talked about that.
Yeah, I
Yep.
tried it on a whole bunch of boxes when we first got it, and it didn't work. Now I don't know what to use it.
I
That
voted
was Christopher's birthday present to me.
Crasher said I use museum wax instead of blue tack. It's reusable, and if you get it somewhere you don't want, you can clean it off with a little bit of paint thinner.
I don't know. The stuff that I
The
got
poster
from
tack is reusable too.
Awkwardish is great.
But poster tack tends to get a bit overly tacky over time.
Awkwardish Panda also giving her endorsement to Age of Agra. If anyone was
Awkwardish came and played a game with me.
Sure about it, buy it, I think is what she's saying.
Yep, that's a great one. Came and played it with me. Had a great time. I played a ton of Angra
You
at
did.
Nova,
So much.
and it was a blast. We had such a good time. Played with Brent, Goobertown, Brent, Awkwardish, Gosu.
Awkwardish said I've never had more fun getting my butt kicked.
Yeah, I did not take it
So-
easy on people. I let everybody pick my board.
Gosu here saying what up. Was great playing Age of Honor with you.
What's
Yep,
up,
Gosu. And
Gosu?
Gosu, congrats on the wins,
I
baby.
haven't even played it.
Gosu bringing home lots of Nova trophies.
Mm-hmm.
Gosu nailed it. He got at least 2,
Yeah,
maybe 3.
Silver and Apprentice and Silver and Journeyman. One for the tank and one for the
Chat, if you haven't already, give it up. Give some love in chat for Gosu and Awkwardish and everybody that was at Nova. I don't know if Awkwardish entered anything.
Mm-hmm.
Awkwardish, did you get any? Did you medal?
Go Gosu. Go Gosu. Go Gosu.
I love it. I love seeing our community members get up there on stage for the first time,
So awesome.
knock it out of the park. So good.
Awkwardish did enter, did not medal.
Did not know.
Did you have a good time with it though? Any getting feedback from the judges?
I think I saw you over there hanging out in line for some feedback.
One of the best things about Nova is they really, really do try to make sure that they get the judges available to give feedback. Yeah, definitely. That
Feedback.
field was so broad this
Pink,
year.
Pink and plaid.
So many entries. It's crazy.
Yeah, they had, what, close to 1,200?
Yeah,
Something like that?
over 500 just in Journeyman alone.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Feedback was top notch, very eye opening, said Gosu. That's good. I feel like that's the way it should be. Should be able to get feedback. Oh, and Awkwardish said it was a good time. Feedback was okay, but there was a huge line, so I tried not to take up too much time.
Don't ever feel that way. Take up all the time you need. It's for you.
Brought some potential new projects in for me to work on. Really jazzed to start digging in and doing some painting again.
You painted the whole show.
Well, like the other things, not this. Like outside of work stuff.
You don't paint outside of work.
I do. Not a ton, but I want to start doing more.
He does. Don't let him do this to you, chat. You can believe this guy?
I hope so. I try to give good advice. I think they should probably believe me for that part at least. We had a great conversation yesterday about a lot of cool stuff.
Who's that? You in chat?
We in chat. We talked about camo, painting camo, why you should use bold titanium white very sparingly, not use it over a huge portion of your model.
Yeah, I had a good time. I had a guy come up and ask about his entry at the Capitol Palette with his, or actually, no, it was just for the Battletech stuff that was going on.
Oh,
He
yeah,
had painted his white Battletech lance. And so we talked a lot about how to make white, pull off white without using white.
Mm-hmm.
Always one of the best tools, right? Like what I'm doing right now, which is highlighting with a color like khaki that's still really a mid-tone color in a lot of cases, but can be your brightest color if you're doing a darker composition.
Walking Harder wants to know what colors you used the wood.
It was black primer, white zenithal, orange brown, dark orange brown, I think, over it, over the zenithal, and then a big wash of camo green, and then a wash of brown transparent. And we dry brushed in there, I don't remember what color.
It's all been done on stream, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everything on stream.
I don't remember what color I dry brushed on there.
And this is the only one he's been painting for the past...
I think it was
Couple
bright
weeks,
pale yellow.
maybe.
And right now I'm going back over it with khaki.
For some reason, people are requesting bonus streams on the weekends, Jordan. I don't know where this came from. I'm not sure who's going to pay Jordan for this. Because Jordan works Monday through Friday from 8 to 4.
I do. Occasionally, I work weekends when I'm at a show.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not so occasionally. I go to a decent amount of shows during the year.
Aquadish Panda, going back to the painting competition, Aquadish Panda said they said to come back as an apprentice, not journeyman, considering how short of a time I've been painting. That's what I'm going to do with another year of practice. And I was proud of what I did, and you guys liked it a bunch, so I'm happy with things.
I thought your
That's
stuff was
great.
phenomenal.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, don't. There's no shame in doing the apprentice level stuff. Think of it as a how many competitions have you entered kind of ranking, as opposed to what you think your particular painting level is at. They need to kind of work on that a little bit because they had apprentices there that probably should have been. I mean, there was one that should have been in master from the quality that was there, but they sell it as if it's your first competition.
Source said, pop quiz, how many paints have you released in total current lineup? With the washes, it's 127.
I love how Jen had that right off the rip. No hesitation.
I just recently had to figure it out.
Did you?
Yeah.
How convenient.
And it was because I had done a Facebook post that was sharing a post from a couple of years ago, and it was we
How it was
had
going, how we-
63 paints, and then a year or whatever, a year later, two years later, I'm not sure what it was. It was exactly double, and then since then we've had one more Nova Orange, so 127.
Well, there you go.
Ben is waiting on number 127 right now.
Nice.
Is it on the way to you? Have you ordered it? Have you gotten a shipping notification? Because it is available in the mail. Awesome. Don't stream on the weekends, Jordan, though we could have a painting hobby hangout with just a few of us where you answer all of our painting questions.
Sounds very similar. I feel like I've done that before. Or do that regularly. Like
Gamut Elay with his lawyery logic there.
Yeah. I see what you're trying to do there, Game Delay.
No. It's not a stream.
Well, hold on. Is there bread and or croissants and or delectable treats involved?
26 away from having them all. Awesome. Alferis, hello. Hello, Jason and Jordan.
Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Got my orange and Lizard on Saturday, assuming USPS doesn't drop the ball.
Well,
Hopefully not.
hopefully not.
That's not lawyerly logic, it's bratty sibling logic. I mean, I feel like lawyers sometimes kind of act like bratty siblings. Back from Nova with a new passion, Age of Angra.
Nice.
Hey.
Jason getting everybody hooked.
Yeah.
I had a blast playing with people. I really enjoyed because everybody that sat down had to pick my side of the table. Our game, Age of Angra, is a card-based fighting game, and so you pick 2 fighters and your shepherd. And I let everybody pick their 2 from the pile of 9 Asura. Pick the ones you think look the coolest, and they would pick. And then I said, now pick a shepherd you think looks the coolest and has the neat text that you feel fits the way you like to play games, and they would pick one. And I said, now do the same for me. Pick 2, right? I said, you don't know much about the game, but if you want a hard pick, pick me something that you think is horrible, pick whatever. Just do your thing. And they would hand me my Asura and my shepherd, and I'd play every game. And I won 5, lost 2. So, I think that's right. I think I played 7 games. Might have played 8. I think I played 7. 3 the first day, 4 the second, something like that. Maybe more. Jesus.
Why,
You were
Dan?
playing a lot.
Hello.
Yeah, I was really stoked to see everybody have such a blast with it. Everybody's eyes would kind of brighten after they got the feel of the game, and especially once we were done and they really kind of understood the combo mechanisms and how it plays. And it's a great game. Lots of fun.
Scientologist, I am always happy to help. Hopefully the fulfillment team did their part. Had a great chat with Jordan and a good game either way, Jason. Thought I had him for a second with my horse god and Jahani stall tactic.
Was good.
I don't know. That is.
It was good. I got beat. You had me on the ropes, man.
Flapjack Nickelsack got to head out early. Have a good stream.
Bye,
Thanks for hanging
Flapjack.
out.
See you,
again
Flap.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, that was the roughest game I played, I think, was against Jahani and Horse God, because he was just in massive damage prevent, defense without knowing it kind of mode. And it just got to where it was like, oh, good God, I can't push any damage through. I got to be on the back foot the whole time. My cooldowns are all being spent for no return.
Did you win that game?
Yes.
If you got the shipping refund, then they did what they were supposed to do.
Yes. It turns out with Age of Angra, never give up, because you can always win that game. I was behind the whole game until the last 2 turns. It has just enough
Panic
depth
bomb.
and spread to be able to suck your attention in a lot of different directions. And if you're not paying attention to all the little details, you could wind up feeling like you're way ahead and then be way behind real quick. That's what makes it so great for me. That whole risk reward timing. When's the best time to really take this risk? It feels like every move, even the ones that feel good, are still risky. I need to finish and get into nightmare mode just so they can upgrade it and not let me play.
God, that's such a bummer.
The
I'm
internet was
sorry.
blowing up on them yesterday. Like,
Oh, I
all the while telling us that, they want us to pay more money for the expansion that actually makes the game playable. That's great too, right?
Yeah.
Jordan, have you heard from Mike?
No. No, I have not.
Anybody else? Game delay? Have you heard from Mike?
I pinged him about a week and a half ago.
Very worried about Mike.
Very worried.
Hope everything's okay, but never can tell.
Mike, if you're sneaky and you're here, we miss you.
I'm going to send a letter to his house. Add a signature requirement. Send it certified mail. That you get a notification when it's accepted.
Even if they make the changes to leveling not part of the expansion, you're gonna likely buy the expansion anyways. Technically, you don't have to play it, but it's missing out on some content if you don't. Also, weirdly enough, I have very little interest in the new character.
Hello, Chuck.
What up, Chuck? How you doing?
Always say, "What up, Chuck?"
What up, Chuck? That's when you don't feel well. You've been out drinking too long.
Oh, painting some rocks. Using a lot of burnt orange and yellow ochre over here.
A lot of vomit talk in this stream, isn't there? What up, Chuck? Jen threw up some links in the chat.
Yep. Jim, why are you always throwing up links in the chat? So, what did you do instead of playing Diablo then yesterday, Jason? Did you just play
I loaded up. I finally broke down in all of my days of Elite Dangerous, and I've been playing since it launched. I have not bought an Anaconda. I don't like flying the bigger ships in that game. They feel too weighty. They're a little not very nimble. And I'm a combat guy. So I had never had the need for an Anaconda. It's too big and chunky. I blow them out of the sky with much smaller ships. But I went and bought an outfit. I went and did a little bit of grinding. I had done quite a bit, made a lot of cash, and then went and bought and outfitted an Anaconda for deep space exploration, because it is by far the best exploration ship in the game. And then I proceeded to go, I think right now where I quit last night, I'm a little over 7,000 light years away from civilization. And the destination I set right before I turned it off is another 9,000 light years. So I'll be 16,000 light years away from civilization towards the galactic core by the time I make those jumps, because I got a ship that jumps like 80 light years at a time.
That's very far.
And there's a mini game in Elite, which is scanning systems when you get into it. It has this full spectrum scanner thing.
Yeah.
And it's just a fun little mini game. You have to hunt the star map with your cursor and set to different frequencies to find radiation points.
Oh, that's cool.
And then zoom in and scan the planets in the celestial bodies around. Most of the systems as close to civilization as I still am, even being 7,000 light years out, you can imagine in whatever it is now, 10 plus years of this game, have been scanned.
Yeah.
But I'm still finding planets that are terraformable planets, or ammonia-based life form planets, or I haven't found any Terran ones, but I found a couple of those two planets that are terraformable or ammonia-based life form planets that had never been. Somebody can discover it, but not verify it. They can scan it and then leave, and they get their name on it as having been the first person to find it. But I go through and, by doing the deep scan on them, verify all of them, and so I get the secondary credit for them. And so I've been doing that. I found like 8 or 9 planets through yesterday that
That's cool.
I was the first person to verify. So it's just fun.
Is this game playable without fancy controllers and stuff?
You can do it all with mouse and keyboard.
Nice.
100%.
Chuck said throwing up links is like the result of eating too many breakfast sausages.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't think you can eat too many breakfast sausages.
Wait a
Sausage
minute.
links, throwing up links.
They're so good.
Ghost Hunter, thank you. Ghost Hunter said, "Sorry, I'm late. Work ran long, and I had to go to the gym for Jordan."
What the heck?
Whoa. You got them going to the gym for you now?
Source said, "Why is
trying
dark
to say
hot
something
pink?
there?
Why is dark hot pink a purple?"
It's not?
Well, it is on the color chart. It's in the purples, not in the reds.
All the pinks are in purples.
Yep.
I don't know why.
I don't know.
I'm making it sound like it's done on purpose, but you have to talk to Gabe.
Yeah, that's a blend.
Gabe's colorblind, so
Gabe's colorblind.
But like magenta is in purple. So reds, we've got pink, pale pink, and fluorescent pink are under red. But then under purple, dark magenta, dark hot pink, magenta, which do seem
I mean, is
pinkish.
bold pyro red under red?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. Just making sure.
As far as like more of the pink shades.
Yeah.
Pink, pale pink, and
they should all be in pinks.
fluorescent pink are reds.
That's probably just a slip up. We'll get Gabe to fix it.
I feel like they could go either way because the way that they're organized on the chart, it makes sense to me. They're in the purples. Maybe not dark hot.
Is it on the hue chart?
Yes, and this one. The swatches. On
Yeah,
the
that
website.
may make sense. That's more of just visuals for doing triads in certain colors. They work really well with the purples. As you can imagine, it's very difficult to put colors into families that make sense for the minute for any world of art because you start to be redundant at some point because colors go in so many different hue families.
Uh-oh. Been a minute, but in today's episode of Adventures in Machine Shops, my whole team is mad at me because I had new lights installed in the lab and made the electricians remove the dimmer switches.
Why are they mad about that?
Because they like sexy lighting.
Today was leg day, so it was 100% for Jordan because Jordan doesn't have legs.
I do have legs.
So that makes sense.
I do have legs. I'm standing right now. Do I need to go sit in the comfy chair and show you people? We can solve this problem right now.
He does.
I have legs.
They're still there.
Yeah.
I want you to do a high kick on stream right now where your foot comes up like this.
Well,
Okay.
He's done that before.
I've done it before. Hold on. Let me not have
And they only see his
my
toes.
wallet in my pocket. All right, hold on. That's all.
I really don't want you to do this.
What?
I don't want you to hurt yourself or pull something.
I'm not going to hurt myself.
This is not going to be a workers' comp situation. If
I won't be able to get my toe up here, but I can get my toe to peek above the,
We're all saying
the
don't do
bottom
it.
of the thing.
Okay, you ready?
See? It was there.
Huh?
I saw it for just a second. Look. Wah! See?
It was way lower on the sexy scale and way higher on the dismal scale.
To be fair, it was kind of just my toe. Kind of hard to get my whole leg.
See the
up
toe,
there.
Jordan.
We've seen the toe.
The internet friends are weird. They know some of my deepest fears and secrets, but they don't know what my legs look like.
I don't know what to do about you people.
Can
You guys
confirm
are
Jordan has
something
legs.
else.
I've even seen him walk on them. Awkwardish Panda is here to vouch for you.
Thanks, Awkwardish. At least somebody's coming to my defense here.
I mean, I confirmed, but they can't see mine either, so I might not be trustworthy.
Yeah, none of us have legs, apparently.
Might have been in commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've not been in a commercial yet, so.
You have.
Yes, you have.
Well, I have been. I forgot about that one.
We're literally stirring.
I was a mouse. I was not myself.
A legless mouse, as far as anyone else knows.
Correct. Can't make that
Gabriel
hurt.
said, I still think it's hilarious that I was even behind the counter at Gen Con and could not remember his legs.
You guys.
As far as I'm concerned, you all are like the celebrity heads in jars from Futurama.
Oh my gosh.
So that's why people come to our booth at cons to make sure we have legs. Yes. So I saw Jordan's legs, but I assumed they were rentals for Gen Con.
Oh my lord.
They were his travel legs.
Jason.
Hey, don't look at me. I don't know.
What am I supposed to do about this?
I've been dealing with it for 9 years. I just Don't pay it. I just paint.
Devin Householder said earlier in the summer, one of the live streams, I guess, mentioned that Bold Pyro Red was changing formulas. Has that happened yet? I'm interested in seeing the new formula since that is my favorite red paint.
No, it's not that the formula changed at all. We haven't had to change Prochrome formula in any noticeable way ever. What I said is that Pyro Red as a pigment was being manufactured differently by the supplier, and so that pigment changed. Not noticeably though. It's actually more vibrant
Pyro
now.
Red, so
it's a more vibrant version of itself now. So it was a good thing, but it was a scary moment for us, obviously, because we're like, what do you mean you're not gonna keep
one of our best-selling colors?
There's a range. If you look at pyrols, cadmiums, and all that, they are not all the same. They still have to be processed, and so that can change manufacturer to manufacturer and be a little different from one to the next, and that's always a bummer, when a manufacturer of raw pigment changes the pigment. So
yeah, it's not great.
Penguin Shark Mini said it was great seeing you at Nova.
Oh, hello.
S. Chambies, hello. That's a very cute little puppy face.
But no, you'll never notice anything. If you painted a model purely Bold Pyro Red and the new one, you'd never know. Had you not heard me say that, you'd never know.
Definitely don't.
We make sure of that. I mean, if there's one thing I can tell you, you probably have never had an inconsistency in Pro Acryl color one bottle to the next bottle that you would buy of the same color. We are very rigid in our standards for how batch to batch works. We have even had to go in on hues. Hues, technically, in the mixing term, is a combination of pigments to form a hue. And we would go in on certain hues and have to alter the formula. We had to do it for Faded Plum.
Mm-hmm.
And you would never know.
Yes.
That's the problem with the way that most people mix their paint is done with a hopper that has a bunch of pigment in it, and then the CMYK computer or the mixing computer, just you enter in a hex code or CMYK or whatever, and then it just puts in the pigments. It knows digitally from its library what makes that color. The problem is if one of those pigment changes, like you've got to change to the magenta that you use, and you just load it in there, the computer doesn't know to add more or less of that magenta. It just says that's the same pigment and makes the color. That's why there's such a variation from batch to batch in some of our competitors' products.
This name always makes me giggle. Anakin Skyhumper. So that's why I switched to Pro Acryl. You can buy the same color from other paint brands, and bottle to bottle they are different.
Yeah, for exactly that reason. They just push a button and say mix me this color, and our way is completely different.
We don't do that.
We're a fine art manufacturer, so we make paint where we actually have to blend the pigments, right? So the flavor is how you'd know.
We don't want you to eat the paint
Don't eat
because
it.
it's paint.
Don't eat any of the paints.
Please and thank you.
CMYK mixes don't mix as well. Correct. Yep, correct. Yeah, they don't make house paint. That's the way house paint is made. You go to Home Depot, that's the way they make house paint. And those colors are made to be spot on, like Pantone style color. Get the color you want and color match. Be able to be very specific with that color match because it's all done in a digital world of percentages of pigments mixed. And within reason, assuming the machines are clean, it does exactly what you want. You can look at the paint swatch, dial it in, take it to Home Depot, they'll scan it, make your paint, you get very, very close. Other than aging, and even with aging, they can scan it, and we can, with our color spectrometer here, we can scan an aged color and match your aged color. The problem with that is that that's all that's built for. That's not built for then taking that color and mixing it with other colors. You don't really find a really good painting experience taking house paints and mixing them with other house paints. They just turn to mud because they're made using up to 16 pigments each. And those pigments are not realistically based on, or all not always based on the base color or pigment of the color you're using. Green, for example, can be made in a lot of different ways that don't include green as a base pigment, blues and yellows being the most obvious. And if you take a color that's blue and yellow and you start mixing anything like a purple into it that also has a blue base to it, immediately you start losing the green of your mix. And that's why things start turning into grays or muddy colors, because you didn't really have a green you were starting from. You had a combination of other pigments, and those can get saturated, desaturated out. With Procryl, if you pick up a green, it's always made from a base green pigment. If you pick up a brown, always made from some brown. Same with oranges, reds. Everything starts with a base pigment. That's just how we make the color. I'll sit down and I'll start with red oxide, and then I'll start adding bits of color into it to see where I can go. So it's not always the most apparent what the base pigment is, but it'll always be the one that is the biggest component of the color you have, so that when you mix it, it stays acting like that color throughout the mix. Like I said, it's fine art paint. It's the way you make fine art paints, because the expectation is that it blends and mixes well, because that's what you want to be doing with it.
Game Delay wants you to know that he started using a glass palette.
Nice. His defaced his wedding picture.
Yeah, it's a very different experience, and I have more control over water levels. A little unsettling, but good. Yeah, said he used the glass out of a picture frame. Be very careful with that. That glass is super thin and generally not sanded down on the edges. So it's going to be super easy to break and very likely to poke yourself.
Papa Chicken, can we quote you? Because that's an awesome statement. Thank you. Says, I tried Procryl initially because it was a good value, cost per volume. Yeah, I mean, I think now we're like the best in the industry for price per mil in the United States. Unfortunately, we get to be a little less so with import overseas. We said, I bought the rest of the line because I really like the out-of-the-bottle viscosity, brush feel, opacity, value, marketing, community presence. Y'all are the real deal. Well, thank you, Papa Chicken. That means the world.
Papa
Seriously.
Chicken, you're awesome.
Seriously. You're seeing where our heart is, because we're just you guys. We're just on the other side of the filling machine. That's what I told somebody at Nova. I said, we're just you guys. We're just on the other side of the machinery that makes the paint.
Yep.
And we still have to take the same bottles off the end of the line that we sell to you. So guaranteed, if we don't like it, if something changes, we'll let you know. We'll change it back to the way we like it. That's just what we do. Ford pig bacon, is that why they taste so yummy? I mean, we don't judge here, but if you like the taste of donkey butt, I think Procryl will be the next present you do to yourself. You do to yourself. I just like the way that's written. I like how you inflict your presence upon yourself. Will need to be, what did it say? Scroll back up.
It's got to go to France, so I'm going to put up a link for you.
Oh, okay, great.
And this was...
Source does, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, Source. No other company can offer me this type of help with the paint I bought.
Sure. Use that link, because don't buy it from our website. The shipping will be outrageous. There might be extra taxes and fees when it gets to you. There are stores all throughout Europe that carry the line. You can buy it from probably someone in France.
D-Fresh, yeah, exactly. If you want to do CMYK mixing and blending, like if you want to start with a 5-color palette, CMY, and then white and black, you can use ours. And there's a variation of things you can do. I would say that our magenta on name, magenta, is a little too bright. So dark magenta is a better starting point for you on that one. But even the real magenta will work. But if you use bold pyro red, you're actually probably better if you're not trying to get things in that magenta space. And with bold pyro red, white, and blue, you can make the magenta anyway, a little bit of yellow. So you can go backwards to magenta. They say you can't, but you most definitely can. The actual process magenta, process yellow, and process cyan that are used for that type of color mixing are actually not single pigment paints. They're actually hues. They're actually blends in order to get them right. So yeah, you can do that very, very well. And all of our paints stay right on hue. That's the thing you're seeing. When you go to paint CMYK with our paints, you get exactly what you want. You don't have to feel like you got to shift things and add more of a red because it's got a lot of white in it or something like a lot of our competitors.
PK Pro does the shipping. Yes, they'll ship throughout the EU, but again, check the store locator, because you might be able to find it again right in France without having to get it sent from Germany.
For Big Bacon, that's awesome. Thank you. And thank your friend. That's awesome. We get a lot of word of mouth, as you can imagine. You know, we still are small compared to the big guns, Vallejo, Citadel.
But we have the awesomeness of us going for us. Cool. We make funny poop jokes on stream.
We make funny poop jokes. Are they really funny? It takes a special person to think our jokes are funny.
Well,
or it takes a chat load.
I was about to say, we're kind of surrounded by them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And I would say at least 1 out of 5 of them are truly funny.
Source, we're looking at fixing a lot of that in the European marketplace. I'm hoping that in 2025, which I know sounds silly to say because it's been years that we've been saying this, but we are really like working hard at our end of this to see if we can't come up with a better solution for European distribution. Unfortunately, right now, it's just that a lot of those companies don't consolidate a lot of big shipments out of the U.S., so they wait. And so you can't get things this time. We really wish new releases were available quicker in Europe and such. So we're working hard to see if we can't fix that this next year.
Vector, that's awesome. Vector lives 15 minutes by public transport away from, as far as I know, the only FLGS that carries Pro Krill in Scandinavia.
Oh, wow.
How convenient.
That's cool.
Awesome. Ghost Hunter said, I bought Pro Krill because I saw a guy painting a giant robot with a skin cloak on the internet.
Oh,
Best
Lord.
reason ever.
Not sure where any photos are from my wedding.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Good. Well, I'm glad that you're happy. Take all the pictures now.
I keep mine on the mantle so that Jen can always be reminded that nothing's stable in life.
What the heck? What is happening, Jason?
We don't have a mantle.
I don't.
Right.
What's happening?
A wedding picture? Is that
Yeah, my wedding pictures. This is why Jen and I get along so well, because these are the type of jokes we tell each other.
Skis, you can have them. You can have them contact us for sure. That link I had, I'll put it up again. There's an email in there that they can use. Jason has a mantle at his second home. Philip Dickinson. On over to YouTube.
Philip Dickinson.
Dickinson. He doesn't have an N in his name.
Chuck said, I bought Pro Krill.
Oh,
because
there
my
is
wife
no N
bullied-"
in his name.
Did you not know that
No.
until just now?
Yeah.
Chuck bought Pro
Wow.
Krill because his wife bullied him into it.
So that's a good way.
That's a good reason.
How-
Happy wife,
That's a really
happy
good reason.
life.
How did I not know that until just now?
You don't pay attention.
Well,
why would you need to know Phil's last name? There is an N. It's just at the end. That's a good point.
Oh, that's true. Good point, Phil. Sorry. There's not two N's.
Oddly enough,
There's also only one L. He's really messed up.
Yeah, one L.
he is really messed
If you really
up.
want to get on Phil's bad side, spell his name with two L's and Dickinson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Philip Dickinson.
I will not.
I tried hard the first
Philip.
while he was here. I thought he was two L's Dickinson.
Yeah. What happened to the N? You guys get just tired of the extra letter? What's going on?
Unfortunate run in at the Statue of Liberty for his ancestors.
When I ordered his credit card, I think the first one that they sent said Dickinson or Dixon.
Oh,
or
Was
something.
wrong.
It was wrong.
Was wrong.
gosh.
And Shelby was like Shelby Fuller or something like that.
What?
Yeah, not even close.
Not even
Yeah.
close.
While
Son
I was
of
here,
Dickie.
am I gone?
Mine's right? I don't think it would be
Son of-
working very much.
Son of Dickie.
Get a lot of people who like to spell my name with an E. Jorde.
Jourdain.
Oh, Jordan.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Jourdain.
I've never seen it. Okay.
To be fair, I think it's mostly Europeans,
Oh, yeah.
which might make more sense.
Yeah.
Giordano Lafontaine.
That is the best of them. Jordan, Giordano LaFontaine.
Well,
Literally 3
3
o'clock on the
o'clock.
dot.
3
Boom.
o'clock. Yesterday,
Freaky light.
though,
That was trippy.
that was weird.
That was very weird. It just turned on, and then it just kind of started flickering at
Yeah,
us
it just
Yeah.
in
flickered.
some sort of
it was
demonically
like weirdly
weird
pulsing.
way.
Very strange.
Well, the
Chuck
test will
said-
be if in the new facility, when we get the new facility, if it winds up doing it there, because then we'll know that this place is haunted or not.
Yeah.
Correct.
Chuck said, honestly, a year ago, I wasn't sure this whole painting thing was for me. Fiddled around with some of the old paints on Battletech minis until Jade pushed me into really giving it a try. She's a good partner.
There you go.
Jade's awesome.
Jade is awesome.
Boneyard said, hello all. What should I thin some PA paints that are too thick? I have 4 bottles of dark colors that are really thick.
Really thick.
How old are they?
Yeah, how old
you
are
had
they?
them for a hot minute?
Have you left the tops, the lids cracked on them or something?
JP Gray, hello.
What's up, JP?
To give you an idea, we're in one of the driest climates on the planet. And we never have thickening of paint unless we leave the tops loose. So that's your first thing. But you can add some of the glaze wash medium to them, and it should get them back to a point where they revitalize enough on a consistent basis for you. But do not add a lot, and do not add water.
Less than 3 months, and you just opened them this week?
What the heck?
I guess I'd have to see them. If you want to shoot
Send a
pictures to
message
support,
us at support.
we'd have to check them out.
Yep.
If you do that, make sure you send us pictures of the box. Did you order them from us?
Yeah, did you get them from us? That's another good question.
Or did you order them from someplace else?
These are all the important questions that must be asked.
All right, a few questions here. Robert Saxon said, I've got most of the Pro Acryl line, but just started branching into the Signature series. Also now Signature Series 1 and 2, 5 and 6. Looking forward to trying them out and going to give NMM a go.
Nice.
Arctic Edge said, hey, Monument Peeps, quick question. Is there any way to order the default Pro Acryl dropper tops? I've ordered a few empty bottle sets in the past, and due to storage stuff's not really working with the alternate dropper lids, I'd love to get some of the default tops. Send me a message to support@monumenthobbies.com, and we can put together an order. They're not available to order individually on our website, but I can help you with it. Chuck shows off some of what he's painting right now. He's used that year pretty darn well.
I think you guys have all been doing really, really amazing on painting stuff. Every time that I see new stuff that you guys paint, you're always killing it.
Oh, heck yeah.
Every single time.
Watching this community grow in their own painting endeavors has been one of the best things in my entire life, I think. Right? Because some of these guys and gals have been around here for years. And being able to see the growth, know that we have had even a small amount of input in that is just huge.
Yeah.
It's a total ego selfishness thing for me, right? I'm not afraid to admit it. I really love the fact that we've been able to give people, inspire people, see that kind of fun. You know, that's why I got so hyped when I saw Gosu win at Nova. So awesome.
Ghost Hunter said, Jordan, what is the September challenge, please and thank you, in all caps. I didn't yell it probably as loud.
You're welcome.
I think that
He didn't have it yet.
I think that
do you have any particular ideas? I remember you were talking to me about something.
I was talking to you about something?
Yeah, I could have sworn that you.
I don't talk to you.
You don't talk to me.
I don't talk to you.
This is very weird, Jason.
What are you talking about?
Well, you should probably talk about that.
I don't talk to you.
Listen to your wife. Your life will be better.
I don't know.
A customer service rep from a phone call he was on almost 12 years ago.
Gosu, if you want a challenge, what do you feel like would challenge you this month, Gosu?
Let them pick?
Well, I didn't say that I would take the pick, but if it's good, maybe. Dig deep.
Oh, we're gonna let chat figure it out?
Game Delay said, I suddenly
You can ask the Peanut Gallery.
That seems bad.
Game Delay said, I suddenly can only think of Pro Acryl gray paints as describing JP Gray's mood. Bright, warm gray, neutral gray.
Ghost Hunter, sorry.
Dark neutral gray.
I meant to say Ghost Hunter. Thank you, Gosu, for correcting me.
Gosu's like, I ain't over here talking.
Huh?
Gosu's like, that ain't me talking.
Yeah. Yep.
We don't have to review the last one before posting the new one.
No. We typically do, But sometimes, depending, like
Around
especially
same
when we're off
Saturday.
at shows, that's
Same
just not
day, same
possible.
time.
The funny thing is, literally the last 3 months running, all of our shows have either started or ended on the end of the month,
Yep.
including the one that's coming up. So
T. Schmidt said, "You hear that, chat? Jason just admitted that he loves us."
Whoa, 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 whoa. Those words
Wait.
did not come out of my mouth.
Jason, you love us?
No.
You have love
I
for
don't even
us?
talk to you. What are you talking about? Love.
But we have love for you.
You better.
Wow. Dang.
You better.
Chuck,
Ooh,
not till like
spicy over
November,
here.
right? The time change isn't until like November,
Yeah, November something, right?
and we'll still be 2 to 4. So that is fall back. So that's an hour earlier for you, I guess. Yeah. Because you'll only be 1 hour away instead of 2, so it'll be 3 o'clock start time instead of 4. Okay. Now I get you. You still got a couple months.
Ooh, I have an idea. How about we do a theme prompt? Very
Ghost
simple
Hunter said
one.
we are due for a challenge. We just had a structured palette.
Okay.
What was last month's?
It was limited palette.
Limit pound?
Well, structured palette. It was your palette has to include these 4 colors. We picked 4 colors, right? I want to say it was 4 colors.
So
Jen and I
Boneyard,
both picked 2.
Boneyard, are you saying that you've gotten multiple bottles that feel thick to you? Some of them you got from us, and some of them from someone else. That is even more peculiar. But yeah, send us some pictures. Okay.
Papa Chicken says, have you ever painted NMM style with true metallic? Yeah, we just did. That was what I was doing with this guy.
General Ginkgo. Hello.
You do get a lot less contrast because the reflective nature of the metallic paints themselves won't allow you to control the light quite as well, but you can still do it. I mean, I still have my shine on this side and my darkness over here, right? So it's,
JP, what are you doing in Japan? General Ginkgo said, I haven't been able to catch a stream lately. Work and life. I do feel in the 8 to 9 months I've been following you on Twitch, I feel like my abilities have improved exponentially. Even have learned quite a few new skills along the way. So thank you very much for being an awesome company.
Nice. Thank you
for being an awesome person.
I was gonna say.
With a bold sense of humor.
Ocean theme? That's odd. How would you do that? Make your model seem underwater? The challenge nobody pulls off?
Yeah.
3-color
really hard to
limited
do.
palette with OSL challenge was like a couple months ago.
That was actually a combination of both last month and the month before.
Yeah, definitely booking food tips. Like, don't read 3 body problem.
Body problem. Ugh.
Patterned fabric.
As in plaid?
Freehand.
Are we talking plaid cannibalistic? I that's the first thing that comes to my mind every time somebody asks, what do you want to do, plaid?
Like, not specifically, and then
You
very quickly, not specifically plaid or argyle. Just a fabric with a pattern.
I think what we should do is
I feel like it's already too late. I think that September is plaid.
Plaid?
Yeah.
All right.
Plaid.
Jeez.
Woo!
Paint plaid. There you go.
All right.
That's
Plaid
not model
time.
specific. Any model you like, paint plaid. Pull it off. Make me think it's real plaid. Real tartan. Real fabric.
I love
Paint
it.
plaid. Paint me a dinosaur in plaid.
JP, that's awesome.
A platypus.
I hope you guys have a good time.
It'll be a cat. See what I did there?
Hey,
That's
Jason.
funny.
Hey, Jason.
Oh, it's the big one.
Hold on. I got some bad news for you.
What?
That was a dad joke. Platypus.
Plaid timber.
That's a dad joke.
Somebody needs to paint me a platypus. Somebody needs to paint me a platypus for September.
Gabe just
All
said
right.
that was the biggest Uno reverse card ever.
Which one?
Plaid, I think.
Yeah. All right. All right, plaid it is, folks.
Well, there you go.
Ask.
Juan says that was a
Surprised
great
there are less
joke.
than 5 entries.
Yeah, it's Platypus September. Everybody has to get a cat miniature and paint
Pla-
plaid.
hold on,
I'm kidding.
I gotta write.
You just have to paint plaid. But if everybody were to do a platypus, that would be extra points. Panda's like, I'm on it.
Platypus.
You've refused to give us a tartan tutorial for many years, and now we're expected to know how?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just on your own. I guess this means we'll have to take part.
Ooh, oh, hold on.
Trying to think if I have anything that really wants to be plaid. I'll figure something out. I'm sure around here somewhere I have something with a lot of cloth on it.
We've trolled Jason enough about plaid paint. It's our turn to suffer. That's
I never
true.
really. I was gonna do my hunter with the hood from is it Three Mules for Sister Sarah? I don't remember what spaghetti western it is. One of the Clint Eastwood westerns was I was gonna do that, but we can do plaid on.
Chuck said, I just did plaid on Mex last month and don't ever want to do that again.
Life's hard for you.
Chuck.
Yeah, exactly. The Infinity Highlanders would be good. A plaid and platypus game to lay. Now you're done.
You know what else would be good? Some good old-fashioned trolls. They
Our
got it
British
all over the
Panda
place.
said, I literally have an unpainted
Trolls?
platypus mini
Like
on my
these
desk
guys?
right now. That's perfect.
No, the War Machine trolls.
Oh, yeah.
There's a ton of them in the office. There's a ton of them
That's
that are
true.
unbuilt.
I have a lot of old trolls.
Yes, you do.
Right. They're fit the theme.
I mean, they literally just got it.
They fit the theme.
That's very on brand.
Yep. I feel like that could be a thing. That could be a thing. You probably. No, that's too small. We'll figure it out. I got tons of crap that has fabric. How much of the mini needs to be plaid? Enough to pull it off.
A noticeable amount.
Plaid Dragon. I like the platypus idea, though.
Jade, what kind of lead time are you talking about? Where in the world are you ordering it from? Mars? You can order stuff from like the UK, France, China, and get it next week.
Are you ordering it from Mars?
There's nowhere on the planet is the lead time because they make it. Like they have to go kill the resin.
Do you say they have to go kill the resin?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm loaded with them today.
That's
I'm just
Some of
coming
them
with
has plaid
zingers.
on the inside of the cloak, but you can't see it because it's in the shadow.
Source fail. Disqualified.
Uh-oh, game delay and Chuck, I think, might be distantly related.
The shop has a 6 to 8
I
week
knew I
super
liked
busy
it.
with prints. Oh, is it like on Etsy or something? That means they have a real job, by the way.
That means they have a real job.
There's a mini manufacturer in Russia that takes forever to ship but has the perfect mini for this challenge. Well, like RTLW.
They got some good stuff.
They do have some really good stuff. They
Free
also have a
range
U.S.
resin.
distributor now.
Do they?
Yeah, they have a company in the U.S. that handles shipping their stuff, I think.
That's cool.
It still takes them a long time. Yes, I will take that back. If you're ordering from Russia or from Etsy, you won't get it in time. Just Etsy in general is done by hobbyists who have day jobs, so you have to understand you got to cut them some slack. You're not ordering from like a real business. I say that's not fair to all the businesses on Etsy.
There are some.
But I've
actual
noticed
businesses.
in our industry, the people on Etsy work a 9 to 5 and then come home and try to print as much as they can. And if they have cool stuff, that's got to be tough.
Yeah.
Because if I order on Etsy, it takes forever. William Tallis? Oh, the
Walt
Blood
White
Carrot
Wallace.
Knight stuff. Yeah. I was really bummed because one of you guys sent one of the Blood Carrot Knight models to me, but it had 2 right arms.
Oh.
It did not have a left arm, so I couldn't put it together and paint it.
That sucks.
I have one of the cat knights that I really wanted to paint. Oh, he would be perfect for this, as a matter of fact. Now I'm thinking about it. But I can't because he'd minus an arm.
Maybe that's part of the story. Maybe he lost an arm in battle.
Sculpted as if it's been lopped off. I mean, that's a possibility.
Is Gabe eating more
It's
pie?
just a flesh wound.
Just a flesh wound.
Sounds like Gabe's eating pie.
Pie.
Yeah,
Gabe has
brought
been eating pie today, so yes, that's possible.
Did he not tell you?
Ooh.
There's
There's
pie
coconut
for Shannon's
cream
birthday.
Pie. Which I haven't had any of.
You should go and light them up for
I
not
need
telling
to
you.
make
I did
sure
not
that
have
everybody
any.
here knows
I
that
also
just
have not
because
had
I
any.
don't like my own birthday doesn't mean I don't like other people's birthdays.
That's what I told her. I said, don't get it wrong. Jen likes everybody else's birthday, just not her own.
What does Gabe eating pie sound like? It sounds like no one told Jen there was pie.
Oh, sick burn.
Gabe, am I wrong? Do you have a piece of pie right now?
Said I'm at my desk. Thank you very much.
I could.
Eating
Well,
pie.
yeah, now with the piece of pie. You sneaky Jabe.
Robert Saxon took about 3 months to get it. Yeah.
A likely story. I don't know if I believe you, Jabe.
Awkward as you were able to get out all those ducks. I have mine.
Oh, I do have the ducks.
Mine's in on my office.
Look at the ducks.
Mine are right next to me on the ground. Well, that's you. That's a you problem. Well,
Is the fact
I
that no
think-
one told me about pie a me problem?
Oh, dang.
Pick your words wisely, Jabe. I am not
Jabe.
defending you.
Whoa, no.
I am not taking a fall for
Oh,
that one.
Nelly.
I feel like everyone here knows how Jen feels about desserts.
Pretty sure that was directed at
They
me.
should not be withheld from me.
I'm assuming there's probably some pie still out there. Jabe, did you put it away? The weather's really nice
I'm
out,
guessing
Jason.
that the pie is gone, by the way. No one is acknowledging the fact that I didn't get any.
I can go look.
No.
It's out there. It was out there. I don't know what happened to it.
I think Gabe is trying to change the subject.
I think he very much is.
It's actually very hot,
Oh my
Gabe.
gosh, that's not a fun day for Moldmaker. Moldmaker said my daughter's 15th birthday is today, and she said, "Dad, I'm halfway to 30."
Oh gosh.
That's
Ugh.
not how you sell it. Tell her that is not how you sell it.
Kid, that's not we don't get excited about that.
Gabe said he saved an entire pie for me, and I assume he's going to be bringing it tomorrow.
Yeah, he just has to go get it.
Yeah, I have to just go pick it up.
Yeah, it's in the freezer, Jen, just not this one here.
It's the one at my
It's
house.
at home.
At the fries.
Gabe. That's great, by the way.
General Ginkgo just got a mini that would probably work perfectly. It's a scarecrow bust, I assume, that I could paint his shirt plaid. Perfect.
There you
That
go.
sounds fun.
All right, plaid month. Jason's done it.
No, I will not.
If I place an entire pie in front of you right now, will you down it in 40 minutes?
Dude,
The sad thing is I probably could. But I wouldn't.
I'm so
I would be
to let
very
this happen.
unhappy and disappointed if
yeah, I was going to say, I do not want to go home with her if she eats an entire pie. I don't want to have to listen to the groans and the hell that's going to happen from that one.
I'll help. I didn't have a piece, so
You see, I can just see her wallowing on the couch like, oh, what have
I could make that
done?
happen right now.
Why did I open my mouth?
What have I done?
Find a
Mistakes
pie
were
eating
made.
contest. I've seen that movie. It never ends well.
I've seen that movie.
It doesn't. You are correct.
Jen just ate a whole pie. She's now going to throw up some links in the chat. Exactly.
I think she's going to throw up a little bit more than links in the chat, folks.
Is it lemon meringue? Is that what I saw?
It was coconut cream pie,
Coconut cream.
Oh.
which sounds
Gelato
good, actually.
is better than ice cream, confirmed. Ice cream
Oh,
better than
yeah.
cake?
Never.
No.
Not even on the same strata.
Cake's better
Like,
than
not even
pie,
the same
yes.
playing field. Ice cream is an accoutrement
See,
to
and
the
I
greatness
think
of
that
cake.
The frozen desserts
why I said
need to
a
be
la
separate
mode.
from the baked. Because gelato, yes, definitely is better than ice cream. I would go gelato froyo ice cream.
Yep. Gelato,
Yeah.
frozen yogurt,
Yeah.
ice cream.
What
And
is
then
with that?
On the
I don't
baked,
really
it
get
would be like a
Gabe.
I won't stand for it. I will not have my name slandered.
if you make enough noise, someone will bring you a piece of pie. Thank you, Gabe.
There's a lesson in here, chat.
Oh God. Oh, that's too good.
Everybody needs a Gabe in their life.
Everyone needs a Gabe. Oh my gosh, this is really good.
Oh, gosh, that's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Worth every moment.
He just storms in here, gives her pie, and says, "I will not have my name slandered."
All right, let's see what we got here.
My goodness.
The good name of Fisher lives on.
Tech Elf, you're halfway to 108. Yeah, I'm getting up there too.
Too good. What about
Go,
ice
Sue.
cream cake?
Have a good night.
No, I'm not a
Bye,
big fan of
Gosu.
ice cream cake. I don't think you can really call it cake.
Chuck said we need to get some pie from Elegant Farmer when we're in Wisconsin for Adepticon.
I gotta
Just
tell
making up
you,
words.
Ice cream cake, I mean, once a year on my birthday, I would do an ice cream. But that's it.
it's gotta be the right kind of ice cream
Mint
cake.
chocolate chip, chocolate cake from Baskin Robbins, only acceptable ice cream cake. You haven't had good froyo in ages. We go a couple times a month, probably.
Is there a good froyo place around here?
Zoyo.
Zoyo.
I didn't even know one
McDowell and
existed
7th
around
Ave-
here.
Neighborhood
McDowell and
yogurt.
7th Avenue.
Ooh, down 7th Avenue, north or south?
It's McDowell and 7th
McDowell,
Ave.
so it's south of
South.
here.
So
Oh,
McDowell.
I'm sorry. Were you saying McDowell?
I said
and
McDowell,
Oh,
yeah.
I couldn't hear. Yeah, sorry. McDowell and 7th Avenue. Okay.
Houdini says, "Do you have enough to share with the whole class?" You have to ask Gabe. He brought it.
There's a couple different, like there's it's the southeast corner. There's a Chipotle there. There's a Five Guys. It's right in that side,
Okay, cool.
and it's really good.
Isn't that over near that other place that you guys were talking about that does all the floats?
No, that's 7th Street.
7th Street.
Yeah.
So and McDowell as well.
But
That's
7th
down
Street,
by the
McDowell.
Thai place.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's by the Thai place. Custard is better than everything else. I don't like custard. I always think frozen custard is going to be delicious, and then I'm
then it's
always
not.
disappointed. It's too much.
And then it's not.
I really like the
Cannibalistic said, "I thought the lesson was that you can bully Gabe into giving you pie." Also true.
That works.
that
Also
I mean,
true.
There
It did
is
happen.
an entire second pie in the fridge. We'll save that.
Taco Bell is selling Mountain Dew Baja Blast gelato. That feels
Wait,
horrible.
What? Who's selling that?
Taco Bell.
Ugh. Taco Bell should stick to their fake Mexican food.
You're bringing toffee to Adepticon for everyone?
Oh,
Not a big toffee fan.
I like toffee.
We'll trade pumpkin bread for toffee. There you go. Carrot cake. That's a good one. Carrot cake
It's
with
good, and
that
it's good
cream
for you
cheese
because
icing.
It's got vegetables.
So good. It's a vegetable.
I don't like carrot cake at all.
Oh, it's so good though.
I don't care for it
With
at
like
all.
pecans.
Just give me a
and
pecan
raisins.
pie.
No raisins.
Don't try to limit the fake goodness that Taco Bell brings to us.
Zucchini bread, also vegetables. Health food.
Taco Bell's got to stay in its lane, all right? We can only take so much. Gelato is a bit of a weird deviation for Taco Bell, I have to admit.
Okay, carrot cake is not the best cake.
No.
No.
It's good.
What's your
A
favorite
good
kind
carrot
of cake?
is
Chocolate.
It's got to be a good cake.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably
Chocolate. Like a really deep, rich, moist chocolate cake.
Yeah.
That one we got that was so ginormous
Oh my god.
in DC. I
that's
sent Jen a
so
picture of it
funny.
with my hand for scale. It was like as big as your head.
I
The
love
guy
how
was like,
Huge.
we were thinking about ordering 2 of those.
we were.
Yeah.
And he was like,
And you couldn't even
no.
eat
He was
the
like,
one.
no, he didn't let us.
He didn't let you?
I was
No.
like, we asked, how big is a chocolate cake? And he goes, it's pretty big. It'd feed you guys. And I was like, you guys? I was like, you underestimate my power. I was like, bring us 2. And he goes, And they go, no, we'll take a cheesecake. And he goes, okay. So he brought the chocolate cake. And when he set the chocolate cake down, I went,
Yeah.
It was
So-
massive.
have you seen that one from
Flame jumper.
Cheesecake? Oh, no, Claim
Claim
Jumper
Jumper.
had it. It was the hat box.
And it would come with a gigantic knife stuck in it.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like
It
that.
was like that. That's why I almost thought you guys were at like Claim Jumper.
This-
Except it had strawberry filling.
Oh, it did?
Strawberry pie filling kind of stuff
Like
in the middle layer.
It looked like
With, like,
This was
real
the key
strawberry
lime
chunks.
pie that we got.
That's the pie.
That's the key lime pie.
So you see the forks for scale. That's just
Yep.
a normal small dessert plate.
Yep. Oop. That's the chocolate cake. With Jason's hand for scale.
On like a serious dinner plate.
Yeah.
So when we got done, it didn't even look like
Ridiculous.
we'd eaten any because it's so super rich. And then we cut it in half, and they took half back to their hotel room, and I took the other half back to mine.
Insane. That is the biggest slice of cake that I've ever seen get delivered to from a restaurant ever.
Gabe, where did this pie come from?
You got to
It's
go to
delicious.
Claim Jumper.
Is there one around here?
Yeah, down by the
I
IKEA.
don't know if it's still there.
It is. I'm
Down
pretty
in
sure it is.
Tempe?
Mm-hmm.
Claim Jumper is
I
a
like
place
Claim
where if you
Jumper.
go and you order the chicken fried steak, they basically ask you man style, like manly style, or child's plate.
They're all permanently closed.
Oh, they are?
Mhm.
Aw. I always order the child's plate.
What's the difference?
Because the chicken fried steak they brought you was like this big. It was like a flattened out basketball, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't taste like a flat, but it was big chicken fried steak. And the normal one that they don't tell you is 2 of those stacked on top of one another. So the first time I went there, I was like, oh, chicken fried steak. And I ordered it. And they came out with it. It was 2 of those stacked on top of one another. Are you trying to kill me? Like, legitimately trying to kill me? It was crazy. Crazy.
It's a weird business plan.
So, what is chicken fried steak? I don't know what this
It was
is.
like fried chicken. The
Tech House,
batter
like, damn it, now I want cake.
around steak.
Oh,
Like a flat.
okay. So, like, they
They
pound
pound
the
it
steak.
out.
Pounded
They pound
steak,
out the steak and then they batter it like
Batter
they would a
it.
chicken.
fry it.
Okay. Okay. I mean, that sounds good.
Okay, wait. Brunch Snob, where you went today, I just was seeing a video about them, and I think that they have chicken fried bacon. Did you
They
see
do
that?
chicken fried bacon.
I'm sorry. What?
The most American thing ever. They have chicken fried bacon. They take bacon and then they fry it like chicken fried chicken, and then they give you some really hot syrup and some not so hot syrup for it. Yeah, there you go. Chicken fried bacon.
Where's this place? Because I'm going.
I'm not going to
by
tell you because I
the-
don't want you to die.
Oh,
I love you and I don't want you to die.
Jordan knows
So-
how to use Google. He can figure it
Yeah,
out.
but he can use Google, so I'm not really protecting him from anything here. That's the place that had the spam sliders.
I know.
And it has
I'm
about
aware.
a million other things on the menu that make you want to go back exactly a million days because you want to try everything.
And it's over by the Doughbird and Loco Patron. And
It is on 7th
Oh,
Street.
okay.
No, it's on 7th Street, so right up
Yeah.
here, go north. It's
Yeah.
just before Bethany Home on the right where the Bashes is.
Okay.
It's in the same parking lot as Bashes
Okay.
in the
Cool.
corner. And I just love it because their logo is BS. It says great food with no
no BS,
BS.
but it's spelled out.
And the back of all the chairs along the bar say stuff like slut and like slutty, stuff like that all over it. It's just crazy.
That's interesting.
Like their attitude is just very out front and all
Yeah,
of it
that's funny.
without being like super like over the top. So it's pretty funny.
Chicken
fried BLT.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. That sounds pretty good.
Chicken fried bacon would be amazing on a sandwich. I didn't see if they had that. But they have like 60 million different types of hash with different types of meat. Traditional corned beef hash. It's really neat because the way that they do the breakfasty foods is really more like a brunch. It is not all breakfasty, But you can order things that are like, that has egg on it? Like the quesadilla. Like the smoked salmon quesadilla that Gabe got
Has
had
eggs.
scrambled eggs on it. Yeah.
Oh,
Those eggs on the sandwich.
I did just think about the fact that a quesadilla with eggs in it.
I can't
sounds
believe you didn't know
really
what chicken
good.
fried steak was. Like legit, you've never been to a Cracker Barrel in your whole life?
Nope.
I hadn't been to
I'm-
Cracker Barrel until like
I'm from Seattle. My
We
friend.
5
went?
years ago.
Till we went?
I-
When we went to
Maybe.
Adepticon that
I
year?
may have gone once. No, I think that might have been the first time.
Yeah.
I was gonna say when I was traveling, but I don't think I would have.
We
I think
drove
it
to
was
we
when
drove to
went
Adepticon and I
that
took her to a
year.
Cracker Barrel and I think
Yep.
you're right. I think you were like, I've never been to
Never
one of
been
these.
here.
Like, what is it? We went in and they have the huge stone hearth fireplace and it's like old country cooking,
And
but
then-
like side of the highway.
And then like a store that you walk through with a bunch.
Yeah,
of
you have to go through the
junk
kitschy
and-
little, trinket store up front that's all wannabe Western stuff. You think you've been to Cracker Barrel once ever? Cracker Barrel is actually not bad.
I've never been.
Like side of the highway food, Cracker Barrel rates up there.
Hmm.
Their chicken fried steak is good. Their chicken's good.
And then I think we went to another one, another time,
Maybe.
and they were exactly the same.
Oh, they're identical.
They're all exactly the
Yep,
same.
exactly the same. I think it's the same cook. He just runs around
Yeah.
from one to the next. You awkward as you used to work for Cracker Barrel? I don't want to hear about it. If it's bad, I don't want to hear about it. If it's good, I want to hear all the stories, but if it's bad, I don't want to hear it. You've had chicken fried steak more times than you've been to a Cracker Barrel? Oh, yeah. Homemade chicken fried steak is always a toss-up. I've never really found a whole lot of people that can make homemade chicken fried steak that's as good as going out.
Goes to
Because not
Cracker
many
Barrel
homes
or
have
what?
a hot fryer. The thing with doing stuff like that is you have to have a fryer that's kept at temp for long hours of the day because you don't want it to have to sit in there very long, because with chicken fried steak, it gets real tough real quick when done at home.
Super fast.
Because people don't fry as fast. Yeah, the food is actually homemade. Yeah, Cracker Barrel rests on everything. They're all local. Like, they all like get local, but I think they also have like their own central food distribution company, right? Fried in a cast iron skillet. I'm a big chicken fried steak sandwich fan, but it's very difficult to find anywhere that can make a good chicken fried steak sandwich. Yeah, and you play the golf tee game while waiting for food, 100%, and never can beat it. Always get left with 2 freaking tees on opposite sides of the thing. You went to Ghost Hunter said, I went to Cracker Barrel Monday and had chicken and rice. Mm-hmm. They're one of the only places that I will get biscuits and gravy.
Really?
Because their gravy is a little bit lighter. I'm not a big gravy fan. So.
They trained you how to do the game day one.
I remember that. I think you're supposed to be able to ask any of them to show you how, and they all have to be able to show you how to do it. Because you can buy the game in the store.
Trained us how to do the game day one. That's funny.
Yep, biscuits and white sausage gravy.
I like biscuits and gravy.
I'm from Texas.
I have to be in the right mood for it.
I never liked the gravy, but I really like the biscuits. Biscuits, you know what? We talked about it, I think, not too long ago. Since we're on a food stream today, Chad, I make no apologies for it. One of my favorite desserts growing up was white rice with butter, cinnamon, and sugar on white rice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that.
We talked about it on stream not too long ago. That was what my great-grandmother it was one of her favorite desserts to make for me.
My mom would make that. Had chicken and waffles from a local place by the office today. The chicken was way better than you expected. Oddly reminded you of chicken fried steak. We love chicken and waffles here. We have a good chicken and waffles place.
This brunch place has the Mother Clucker.
Oh, really?
And the various versions of the Clucker, which are fried chicken and waffle and stuff like that. Yeah. Depression era dessert. I mean, my great grandmother was born in 1900, so yes, it most certainly was.
Yep.
Rice with butter and sugar was a Depression era dessert. But I got to tell you, they lived, because it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. Like, it's something that you wish you was. I mean, it is easy to just spin up, but we would always do it when we had a dinner that had white rice.
Yeah.
So like white rice with like steak and vegetables on it, you know, or like flank steak and vegetables or some broccoli she would do in a rice bowl, and then the leftover, she would make enough rice to have some for dessert every single time. So.
Kind of reminds me of doing like just like mixing cinnamon sugar and putting it on like buttered toast.
Same thing.
Yeah,
that's called cinnamon
basically
toast.
The same. Well, I know, but I know, but the
cinnamon toast,
the
cinnamon
easy
toast,
kind of like the super easy, quick
same thing.
dessert thing that's like super budget.
Same thing, except it has a neater texture,
idea.
Right, than the toast does. So
yeah,
so,
it's basically horchata that's in its original state.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about it.
I don't like horchata, which is weird because I like all those things.
Yeah,
but I don't like horchata.
I don't like horchata either.
Horchata. The cinnamon and sugar needs butter. It needs the melted butter. I don't know why. It just does.
So we would put milk in it too. Rice with a little bit of milk.
Maybe she did.
Butter.
I feel like maybe she did. That sounds right now that you say
sugar. That. Yeah, brown sugar and cinnamon.
Kind of making like
well, automaton. That's not
almost.
Depression era dessert. I don't think Depression had Doritos and Oreos.
That's depression food when you're depressed.
Your flashback to childhood snack is white bread with margarine. Oh, I know that one.
Yep.
I know that one. Cinnamon sugar toast is a good one too. Oh yeah, definitely. I only knew how to do it in the broiler. So growing up, I would put the bread and you'd put butter and sugar. I'd take a spoonful of sugar and shake it over the toast and then shake the cinnamon on it and stick it in the broiler. And it was really weird because, of course, it would heat the top, but the bottom was soft still. So that's what I grew up thinking. I didn't have a toaster I didn't know how to do that, right?
Right.
You can't flip it over. So I just
Horchata's
didn't have to.
weird for me, Nicaprio, because it like the temperature because I can't decide if I want it cold or if it would be better warm, and it just is never right. There's just something about it that just doesn't sit right.
Horchata.
Yeah.
I really like it.
It's not bad, but I'm not a fan of those kind of drinks that are that flavorful. I don't drink a lot of stuff that's like that, other than like chocolate milk. That's my thing.
I like it as a
I'm
mix-in
learning the
for
older I get
coffee.
that I am really, really basic. Like, super basic. You know? But like I said, I grew up with a Depression-era great-grandmother.
I know that. Ren like the bird. I know that. Ren. Ah, that's Brenna.
T-Schmidt's going to go make some cinnamon toast right now.
Yum.
That sounds
Jay Tyler's like sugar,
really
butter,
good.
and cinnamon baked on top of apples. Now, that sounds good. Like apple slices, right? You slice it up.
Oh, yum. What's up, Spark Minis? How you doing?
Game Delay said, Jason and Jen describing one of your favorite childhood desserts, while I also don't like horchata. That was surreal. See?
The rice with
See?
Yeah.
See?
I am
Biscuits
a fan
and gravy
of
happening
horchata
this
lattes.
weekend.
I love how we're influencing everybody's weekend food. All right, biscuits and gravy.
I mean, I know where I'm going for brunch this weekend.
Yeah, the problem is they're only open till 3. They're legit like a brunch spot.
Well,
so
and
that's actually
I
really
want
cool.
them to be a place you can go have dinner, because that
Yeah.
menu
Yeah.
would be perfect for dinner.
Breakfast for dinner type foods. But I think that on weekends, Jordan, they're super, super busy. So just be prepared for that.
Yeah, they make on their
prepared.
website, they have a big button that says check our wait list.
Oh, well, that's
Does
good
it
if you
really?
can get on the wait list before you go.
It
Oh my
seems like
goodness.
it, yeah. It's all done through Open Table, but it's listed on their website. They have a big seating area, so it's not like a little hole in the wall place. It's bigger than like a Denny's.
Denny's are fairly sizable for restaurants.
Yeah, a lot of it is outside patio. They have a big Mr. patio that was going on. But it was pretty
Brenna,
big
have
inside.
you ever watched our stream before? I was going to Cracker Barrel for breakfast this weekend. Got your very first D&D game tonight. Awesome. Just a one-shot, but we start an official campaign next Wednesday.
Very cool.
Fun.
Trying it out for the first time.
Have
First
lots
time.
of fun.
Yay.
Hope you get a good group to play with. My problem with D&D is I always sit down with friends that I think would be great to play D&D with, and they always suck.
Jay Tyler, did you already say this about the bacon grease? Jay Tyler said my grandma in West Virginia used to make us depression type foods, but it was so good she used to save bacon grease to cook in other dishes.
Yes?
Yep. Now you
I,
watch
my
how
whole
much your
life,
food
have had
tastes.
bacon grease in a little thing by the sink,
Yeah.
right? But I've never, there's only been a few times in my life where I've actually used it again. But it's just like, you know, like pork tallow or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
You just
Like
cook
lard.
with it again. I would use it for eggs.
Oh, it's so
Put
good
it in the
too.
fridge, take a spoonful of it out, let it fry up in the pan, and cook my scrambled eggs in it again. And they were always
So
top
good.
notch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my great grandmother said you couldn't pour it down the drain.
Yeah.
So she poured it in a little glass like we have,
Yep.
those glass bowls, and just let it cool. And once it was cool, put it in the fridge, and then take a spoonful of it and throw it in the pan and fry up whatever beans and whatever else with it.
Corn on the cob, yum.
You got a jarred stash of bacon grease in the fridge? Can't hurt. You cook your egg, yeah, right, Fido? Exactly, right? Eggs and bacon grease, man. That's the way to do it. She did it with sausage grease. I like the sausage grease better. The little
Yeah.
sausage patties she would do,
Mm-hmm.
right? And she cooked the sausage patties. The, what's it called? Jimmy Dean or
Jimmy
that kind of,
Dean's.
it comes in a pack,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And she'd make the sausages. And then the breakfast sausage. I used to love that. That spiced breakfast sausage is just so good. And the
I
way
love
she
that
cooked it
breakfast.
was always crisp on the outside and just perfect. And then that
It's the
grease,
cast
she would
iron
do the
pan.
same thing, and that was the better grease for eggs. I always
Cast
loved
iron
the
pan
sausage
for
and
the
eggs.
sausage is what makes it gives it that really good crispy on
Yeah,
the outside.
at my grandmother's house, we always did sausage and eggs, not bacon and eggs. I wonder
Yeah.
why that is. Never thought about that.
Maybe bacon was more expensive.
Bacon was probably more expensive.
It's the reason you struggle to lose weight. Chuck is a great cook. That's not a bad problem to have, to be married
That's
to a
not
good
a bad
cook.
problem to have.
Yeah, right, Jay? The sausage has a little bit of that spicy
Yeah, the
sage flavor to it.
So good.
Sausage over bacon for sure. But it's funny, I don't like the sausage links as much as I like the sausage patties.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Well, that is interesting. Pretty sure they use the same seasoning.
D-Fresh went the extra step and filtered the grease. I kept all the charred parts and cooked with that too, because that would get in the eggs and make it better. That's that flavor and a little bit of texture. I gotta figure something out for some color in the shadows. I'm thinking blues. But Dark Sea Ben could be really cool too.
You got 20 minutes.
Time flies.
Let's try some Dark Sea Blue.
Gamely, you say that like it would be a bad thing. Gamely said, I'm not becoming Jason. I prefer links to patties.
Becoming Jason would be bad, but we already have one.
We do already have one.
You
I'm
don't
not
need
sure
more.
we need two of you.
No.
Yeah, and
Let
you
me
can't get the
trust me.
crust-
If they ever come up with cloning, I'm the first one to remove myself from the pool of people to clone. I am not allowing that. I would not be able to. I would definitely kill me. I go to jail. What are you in here for? I killed my clone.
I killed my clone.
That guy was a total ass.
Twitch Summerlin said, any possibility of making a larger capacity silicone brush pots? I love them and they're a great product, but the Windsor and Newton one is so small. I don't know what this product is that you're talking about.
Yeah, you'd have to
You
help
guys
us
know?
out. Help me understand what it is you're talking about.
White End said, maybe I'm lost in translation, but what is the September challenge? Plaid?
Plaid.
So the model should wear it, or is it just plaid?
Just
Paint it.
plaid. Be on a shield, clothing.
Silicoil. I still don't know what that is.
I'll put together the text for you and make sure that y'all understand exactly what it is, but it's just paint plaid.
Or an octopus. Where did the octopus come
I definitely want to see a plaid octopus.
from? Yeah, that would be cool.
Not sure
Having
what
too much
that
fun out
was.
there. I don't know what's going on. Is there a size chart for the Hobby Nerd button-down shirts? No, but they are Red Cap. Is that the brand?
Red cap work shirts.
Yeah.
Actually, really nice, to be honest with you.
I would call them true to size. I don't know
I would
what
say that they're true to size.
what your size is, but I would call them true to size. Like if you wear an XL in most things, when you buy an XL red cap, it's meant to kind of go over, you know, and fit like a little bit bigger and looser than a normal XL like t-shirt. So they're not one of those that's sized as if it's the, you know, the t-shirt size, if that makes sense.
So I wear a medium in our t-shirts, and when we first started making the work shirts, we only had them in large and up. So I have large work shirts, and they're very roomy on me. Probably a little bit bigger than maybe a large t-shirt would be. But again, they are meant to be kind of like over something. So. All right, let's see if we can figure out which Summerlin is about. I think it would be an inventive, perfect product for you. Check out Silicoil when you can. Okay, Ghost Hunter said it's a glass jar with like a metal spring in the bottom to clean your brush with. Oh, no.
Nope.
No.
Do not submerge your brush head below the water line. Right? Do not put your brush in water up to the ferrule. I don't care who tells you. It really makes me laugh that Windsor Newton says this is a thing. And definitely don't do anything that has like a little thing with a bunch of knobs on the bottom of the glass that you stick your brush all the way in there and rub your thing to clean your brush. So you can't complain that the tip on your brush starts to deform, and that's the part you want the most in miniature painting.
Yep.
And use one of those, right? You just can't. And the idea of submerging your brush is bad just because of the way brushes are made, right? So when you go in, you never want to put your brush in further than that. Just get the brush itself and a little bit of the ferrule into the cup. I rub mine against the side of the cup here just to kind of be able to use, the cup as a way to scrape, but I never touch the tip to it. I basically imagine I'm bending it like this up against the side, right? And kind of squibbing it. Don't do anything where you would like hit the tip on anything, right?
And you definitely, don't want to put your brush, like.
You would prefer to not have
like
water
pokey.
go in this end of the ferrule, because right after this is a raw wood section of this. We don't paint the whole handle. Nobody does. There's a raw section where the crimp is. That prevents the paint from splitting, because you want to crimp onto the raw wood, not the painted part. So the painted part doesn't go any very far in there. And so as water starts getting there and that raw wood starts to shrink and expand like wet wood does, the ferrule becomes loose, and eventually you lose your brush way prematurely. So just don't do that.
Yeah.
So I would say no. We would not make anything like that.
Jay Tyler, if you use Gentastic Storm and Brush Goop, you don't need a separate conditioner because it's all included. So this is what we use, and it's all in one. It's cleaner, conditioner, reshaper, brush restorer. It does all kinds of things.
I'm gonna clean my
And
brush.
you don't need any additional equipment for it. You just put a little in the palm of your hand and gently kind of agitate it, I guess is the best way to say it. Yeah, Jordan will show you.
Yep,
This is all you need.
This is literally all you need to do. You just do this.
This soap is going to pull out all the dried paint. So you don't need those little pokey things or any, extra tools or anything. Just gently going back and forth with the soap. You're going to start to see all the little flecks of dried paint coming out. You might need to repeat, but you're using a tiny, tiny bit of soap. So even if you have to do it 2 or 3 times till it's clear, you're not using a ton of product. That 2-ounce brush goop will last you forever.
Yeah, and you see a decent amount of stuff coming off on the on the paper towel that I'm cleaning this off on. Kind of rolling it on the edge of a paper towel.
Yeah, Jason has a brush care video. It's super old. That's like one of the first videos we ever made, I think.
Before we made our own brushes? No,
because
we already made
had
our own
soap.
brushes before.
Yeah, because it was about brush soap and prepping.
But
the
I
brush
use
the
like a
first time.
crappy old Hobby Lobby brush to clean. I think one of their Masters, whatever it's called,
just
Masters Touch brushes.
Massaging the
Go center lies.
ferrule. Break up some of that paint in there.
By, not with. Never knew about brush care. Oh, it's so important.
Yeah, I mean, even though brushes are disposable products, they're not meant to last forever. You can definitely get more life out of them by treating them
For
right.
sure.
100%.
Especially brush, like what we talked about yesterday was the dry brushes, the dome dry brushes.
Oh yeah.
Because you're not rinsing the paint out. So it just sits there. So it's really important to clean them. Otherwise, they're not gonna last long at all. Game Delay said, I just messaged Treebeard about the monthly challenge. His reply, you've got to be kidding me, in all caps with 3 exclamation points and an exploding head emoji. Is that good or bad, Game Delay?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it would have had to have been one of our own brushes in that video because it was brush soap. And we didn't make brush soap, I don't think, until we started making brushes.
Yeah, brush
It's a little
way
long, but
cleaner.
it's still a great video.
We've been promising to go make
Yeah.
a new one using our own brush, because I swear I use a Masters Touch brush in it.
He followed up saying that he's excited. Okay, good. $350.
$350.
Tree Fitty.
$350. Sophia said, I appreciate the video because no one else has videos on how to trim your brush and care for it. I've been able to get a good point on a Citadel brush thanks to that video. Awesome.
Yeah, it's not bad. A lot of people think it's bad to trim your brush. You just have to do it like I show you and not try to cut a point on it.
Yeah.
That's where everybody fails.
Don't do that.
And then being able to, like, cut them. I don't remember if I go into it on that one, but on stream we have done it quite a few times where I go into how to turn an old brush that's not very useful anymore into a totally different shape brush by trimming it to get a lot more life out of it. Never just throw a brush away because it won't do the job you bought it for. Hold on to it and make it do a different job. Stippling is one of the best things you can do. Turn it into a stippling brush because those are hard to find anyway. Not a lot of companies make good stippling shape brushes.
Sophist, maybe ask now because then they can demo like right here rather than trying to explain it in Discord.
What's the question?
Feel free to ask. That I'll save it for Discord. But it's a question about chasing down the errant bent hairs. Can you just use it after cleaning with no other steps? Are you talking about the brush cleaner? Yes, just rinse it really well.
Yep.
And then you're good to go.
Yep. And I just wipe off all the excess stuff off of my palette or hand.
Yeah, T. Schmidt said, I'm almost certain it was an old bomb wick. You talked about how you review each brush before you ship them out.
Maybe so.
If the process has changed on the factory side, it has not. We just have more people who do it now.
And I don't do it anymore.
Nope, I don't either. Well, in emergency situations I do, but Jason hasn't checked a brush in years. You're making your mom watch stream with you? Hi, Deborah! All my old brushes become stipple brushes or the like once they get to a certain point of rattiness. Exactly. Shelby only checks left-handed brushes, which is why all of Monument Hobbies brushes are that way.
Boom. This thing's like brand new now.
Yeah.
I love it. This stuff is amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, this guy needs a cleaning like nobody's business.
So see, he's just taking a tiny little bit.
A little bit more because it's a bigger brush.
Water, clean water on the brush. Both. It's ours. My name on it. I made it. I still make the first part of all of it. Every single batch is touched by me. And available on our website, but also our stores can also carry it. Anakin, this is our Gentastics Drunken Brush Goop.
Oop, that's upside down. And this 2-ounce tin will go forever.
Yeah, it a little goes
it's
a long way.
So much.
Yeah, we're not trying to sell you stuff that goes bad super quick. It doesn't cake up and get hard like a toilet cake or anything like that, like our competitors do.
Okay, the question on trimming the brushes. I've trimmed down one of my brushes, but it still has a fork that only appears when I rotate it into a certain position. But I can't seem to find the hair that's causing the fork. I was wondering if you had any advice or techniques for teasing it out without removing every hair.
So realize that sometimes you've got enough paint built up in the ferrule that when you get it to a particular style, that this brush is a little small. So, but see there, it starts to fork, right? Because of putting pressure here.
Super Bleeder, thank you for the sub.
Right, that's why paint in the ferrule is bad, because it'll cause the hairs to split. So it may be paint down here rather than a hair that's causing it. A fork in the brush that's caused by a hair might be a looped hair. Mm-hmm. Every now and then you'll wind up with a filament that during the process gets looped back around and crimped back into the bundle. And that could be like in the middle of the bristles. Typically, like in my video, I show taking the dry brush and just doing this a bunch of times, right, as if you were painting with it, and then checking to see what splits out. Because as a brush ages, the filaments that go up to form the point will break down like in half, and those will always kind of hang out to the side. And like I show, you can pull those and trim them down. Obviously, you're reducing the belly of the brush as you do, but you'll find all the exterior bristles that way. And then if you take your finger and lightly kind of push from the back, usually when it's dry, my brush is still kind of damp, but usually when it's dry, it'll start to spread out. And as it spreads out, you'll be able to see, like, you'll notice like a line down the bristles where it's starting to be a problem. There might be a short hair in there, but more times than not, it's the
Yeah.
Yeah, I just can
paint
see all
in the ferrule that causes it.
all the flakes that are coming off.
And it could be that when you say only when you twist it a certain way, it might be that you're applying pressure in one certain way where that buildup is causing it to, now when you're bending it, causes it to fork out.
Oh yeah, you can see all those little flecks
Oh yeah.
in this one. The dirty brush.
Oh, yeah, it's a miracle. Our brush soap literally vacuums all that crap out of the
Yeah,
ferrule.
it's insane. Sometimes you gotta massage the ferrule a little bit to help break it up, but nothing that would hurt the brush, right? Doing things like this sort of stuff where I'm applying a little bit of pressure, just kind of squooshing the belly of the brush towards where the ferrule is. Helps just get a little bit of extra motion in there. That will help agitate all that stuff out of the ferrule.
Yeah, but your brushes goes a long way. It makes them last longer. They are a consumable product. They're, they do have a lifespan. They do have an end, but you can definitely keep them around a lot longer if you clean.
Yeah, and that life expectancy is different for every painter. It's going to depend a lot on how you use your brush. Do you have a very light touch versus a heavy touch? What kind of paint are you using? How often do you clean them? I treat my brushes as bad as you can humanly treat a brush.
This still got a lot of soap in it, but it's pretty clean. I need to go just rinse it out. There's a lot of little fibers in the brush still. You gotta get them out. There we go. You can see how much cleaner that brush is. None of that gunk's still in the ferrule.
Yep. Yeah, that paint in the ferrule is the biggest culprit to why your brush deforms as you're painting. Painting with liquid paints of any kind is going to cause them over time, as you apply pressure, as you do your brush stroke, to have that paint draw up into the ferrule regardless. But when you start painting with really thin paint, like what I'm doing right now with this glaze of Dark Sea Ben, is gonna even make it quicker.
Yeah. And I tend to paint pretty thin anyways, so it happens to my brushes a lot. This is why I need to give them a good old clean every once in a while. It was about time. Just got back from Nova. This guy's looking pretty darn close to being done.
He sure is. Looks great.
He's looking pretty darn close, folks. Thinking tomorrow we can probably clean him up, finish him up. My name hobby is, do you keep different water for metallics and regular paint? Nope.
Nope.
Just clean your brush. You'll be good.
Nope. I don't use a whole lot of metallic paint, so I have to be honest.
Yeah.
If I were to do a model or an army that had a lot of metallic paint use, then I might think about it depending on where in my process I was doing the metallics. Typically when I'm doing metallics, they kind of happen in their own little like ecosystem. I do the metallics a lot, and then I'll go back and start working on other paints, and I tend to clean the cup out. I don't know that I would have to keep... I've never kept 2 cups because I'm never going from metallic to non-metallic paint in a quick manner. So I don't know that I would ever worry about it. But if you've caught yourself in a position where you were, then yeah, you might want to change it over. Just because the little glittery metallic flake can wind up in your other colors and make them have that sheen to them. So you got to be careful. That's a valid point. I just never have done that. If I'm going to sit down and paint metallics, that's what I'm focused on for the day, and that's all I use. And then I'll just clean the cup out. That also requires me to be more responsible with my painting tools than I am, so I could be lying to you.
Do like I say, not like I do.
100% do as I say, not as I do. This is my mainstay in life.
Look at Jason who changes his water.
I don't even clean my palette.
Yeah, when was the last time you cleaned your palette?
I don't know. I keep hoping you'll do it for me.
All right. All right.
It is not your job to clean my palette.
No, but I can do a nice thing for a friend, huh? We can do nice things for one another every once in a while.
I'm over here with a piece of palette paper that I haven't even turned over to the other side that's perfectly clean yet.
It's not like it's hard. We just grab a empty 5-gallon bucket and stick it in there with some cleaner.
Hey, that's easy for you to say.
I don't know. Seems not that hard.
It's not that hard. It's only hard for lazy bastages like me.
Oh, I'm not much further along than you are in that. Are you gonna try and play some Diablo tonight?
I don't know, man. Diablo lost me with that whole nonsense yesterday, and now I'm trying to get 9,000 light years more away from the core worlds.
Yeah.
And move to the galactic core. So I don't know. I might just find myself eliting around the galaxy. I like that Dark Sea bin.
It's delicious.
I think that works well. I think I'll do a different shadow on the trunk of the tree here, like maybe a orange oxide or something.
Post alpaca lipstick. You got it right. Hole in one, Ghost Hunter. I'm thinking about playing some Age of Mythology.
I'm scared of Diablo getting tough. No.
I mean, you can make that game pretty hard for yourself.
Source, I tried, dude. I took all of my spec points out and didn't spend them.
Well, hold on. So, you will hit a wall eventually where you have to have a good build. But
again, like I told
caveat.
you, this is what I told Jen. It's like saying that if you can get past the first season, the show gets good.
I'm not making excuses.
It's really hard for me.
I'm making a statement.
I'm like, why would you do that to gamers when they spent so much time and effort on the freaking game to record the voiceovers and do the storyline and all that stuff to not make that fun to play?
You are 1,000% correct.
Yeah. And like I said, it started getting tougher.
Yeah.
But it wasn't tough. I never felt like I was going to die, but I've had to start using health pots.
So here's the problem with that game.
It's made by Blizzard. There, done.
That's
said it.
problem
I said
number
it.
one.
I said the quiet part out loud. Blizzard, just do us all a favor and go out of business. Let all the people that are good at your company go start another company that is not owned by that big behemoth that doesn't care about their customers anymore, and go make good games again like I know a lot of people that work there want to. There you go. I said it. That's my political statement for the year.
Fair enough. You heard it here.
You played hundreds of hours of Star Citizen, so ED didn't gel for some reason. 2 totally different games, for sure. I'm heavily involved in both. Elite Dangerous is hard to go back to and find something that makes me want to play it consistently because it's boring. They've tried to do so much, and they've done it all again. Just elect me president of the video game world. I'll fix everything, I swear to God.
You should look at Ghost Hunter's book.
Huh? What's that?
Ghost Hunter. It's great.
4,680 amazing artists in the Discord who are excited to paint plaid in September.
Jen is throwing up some links for us.
Well, I placed some links in the chat.
Oh, right.
Jen's
I did
throwing up
not
links
eat-
in chat.
I did not eat too much breakfast sausage.
Jen threw up some links in the
or
chat.
too much pie.
No, the links, the sausage links.
Bleh.
Go ahead and click on the links, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Make sure you guys click on all of those things that I just said again. I'm tired.
The links.
We're struggling today. Make sure you click on the Monument Hobbies store link. You can find all those products we've been using on stream here today. Make sure you check out the FALGS link where you can find local game stores near you, where you can also support them and buy our stuff. And check out the YouTube. We're gonna find somebody to raid.
Ciao, nerds.
Ciao. We'll see you tomorrow
Tamara,
at
Brenna,
2.
I love you.
Don't forget, we're doing challenge review tomorrow. So be here if you want to experience the challenge review thing.
Ooh. Have we shown them coins?
No.
Well,
no.
Hit the stop button. We don't want to have to do it. That's